Hello, this is DerTebbers, and this is your Flight Simulator X Mod Spotlight. Welcome aboard and welcome to Tunis in Tunisia. Tunisia? Yeah, Carthage Airport. Welcome aboard our B-26. Let's zoom out and actually get a view of what we're looking at here. That's probably far enough. Yeah, we can go out. There we go. So here we go. We're on our B-26 Marauder. It is a medium bomber. It's got a little bit of a problem there on that prop. Interesting. Very interesting. Doesn't have that problem outside. Oh well. Okay, so an internal modeling problem. You know. This aircraft had the nickname of Widowmaker, which likely means that there will be a crash. So let's start with putting some flaps down because we need to take off out of here. Bomb out of here. We're powered by two Pratt & Whitney R2843 radial engines, producing 1,900 horsepower each. We can make 287 miles an hour at 5,000 feet, and our flaps are still going out. Are you all the way out yet? Yes, now they're finally all the way out. We are protected by up to, now this one doesn't look like it has all of them. Their different models had, just like a B-17, different models of the Marauder had a different count of guns. We're protected by up to 12 50 caliber machine guns. And we can carry up to 4,000 pounds of bombs. Why are we down here in Tunisia? We're down here in Tunisia because the 12th Air Force spent a lot of time in Tunisia flying the B-26 on attack missions in support of the various invasions in World War II of Italy, defeat of Rommel, and all of that. Alright, we have to remember, service this aircraft with 100 octane fuel. It's important. It says it right there. We have max indicated dive speeds. Yeah, okay. So we got radial engines. We shouldn't expect to hear any turbos or supers kick in. Interior modeling looks pretty good. Can I? Got a nice seat behind me for somebody to sit and hang out. Go. All right. So let's take to the sky with our aircraft, and then we'll talk a little bit more about why she is the Widowmaker. So let's throttle her up. There she comes. There we go. Now this aircraft was used a lot on low-level missions. Oh, there's the other guns. So this one's cannon mounted. This one actually is an attack one, so it actually has cannons so that we can make an attack run, do ground attack. Very nice. All right, we're up in the air. Let's throttle back a little bit. Let's get those wheels up. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, crash. Widowmaker. And we're back on the runway! How simple is that? We wouldn't have been so lucky if we had actually been in that aircraft. Alright, let's take off again. Let's get some flaps out. Alright, so let's talk about what happened there, other than the fact I fell out of the sky. So this aircraft had the highest wing loading of any contemporary aircraft. You know, what's wing load? In effect, the faster you fly, the more lift you can generate, and thereby you can have a smaller wing. Now, look at the size of this B-26 wing. It's not a huge wing. Zoom this guy out some here. It's not a huge wing. So, therefore, she needs to be flown fast. In fact, the reason she became the Widowmaker, amongst other names, a little less glamorous, was her landing speed. The landing speed of the early generation B-26s was between 120 and 135 miles an hour. Now that might not sound like a lot today with jet aircraft, but that was really fast. In fact, that was near fighter speed for landing. Pilots would know that. They would have been trained that. But when you get in the aircraft, it just feels too fast, so you'd slow down. Well, then she'd stall and crash. it wasn't until an investigation into misappropriation of contracts or poor contracts for military aircraft that a young senator from Missouri by the name of Harry Truman called in front of his committee, the Truman Committee, because he was chair of this committee. He called in front of the committee Glenn Martin, whose company made this aircraft. Well, when asked about why it was crashing so much, Mr. Martin said outright, the wings are too small. So Truman asked, well, why don't you make them bigger? And Martin said, yeah, we already have the contract, so why? And Truman said, well, we'll cancel the contract tomorrow then. So Martin went back and added 6 feet to the wingspan. I mean, that's not an insignificant amount to add to any aircraft. They added 6 feet to the wingspan, and they made a bigger horizontal vertical stabilizer, because the other problem with the aircraft was lack of ability to control it with the vertical stabilizer. Now, this aircraft, I can tell you now that this model is definitely a model. It's not quite, completely accurate. Okay, one, I can see through the floors here. That's sad. But this aircraft has the tendency to what's called hunt in flight. It's kind of analogous to a Dutch roll, and that is when the aircraft just will not fly straight and level. She kind of vacillates around a small area. Makes it really uncomfortable for somebody like a tail gunner who has to kind of pay attention to what's going on, try to aim, and you're flying backwards, and that makes life so much more difficult. Alright. Now, the 12th Air Force flew with pretty heavy losses because they were trying to do low-level attacks. They were coming in very low and fast and trying to use that to their advantage, and it didn't really work. Once they moved her back to medium altitude bombing, the B-26 started to shine. At the end of the war, she had the lowest loss rate. So, in the end, the aircraft came around. It just took some time. Now, I'm flying a Widowmaker. We all know how good my flying skills can be. Or not. I need to find my airspeed. I also need to do my RT. So 1 is what we would expect. Okay. 2 gets me switches. 3 gets me yokes. 4 gets me old radio. 5 gets me some nice GPS, and that's the end of it. Alright, well it's not bad at all. Alright, now we're going to try for a landing. I need to find airspeed. There's airspeed. Ooh, we're going to go, that's too slow. We have to maintain some pretty high airspeed here. Let's get these gears out. She's slowing down, so we got to be careful. Actually, I could slow her down even more. Let's see, let's aim for 120. Now, the nice thing is that gun sight right there, which is actually for those cheek guns. I can kind of use that to help me with my path here. Alright, so I'm going to come in a little bit high, and by nature of the B-26, a little bit hot. Because she is not going to want to go... Oh, good grief, she's fallen. Let's get some speed. There we go. We're at about... Yeah, we're at about 120, so we're at about the edge of what would be an acceptable landing speed for this aircraft. Now think back to like a P-40 or something like that. You wouldn't even put the gears down until you were below 120. We got our gears down, and we're coming in for landing at 120. That's not a big deal for a lot of us because we fly jets on this Flight Simulator as well. But again, this wasn't during the day of jets. Is she down? Are we actually on the ground? We are. Brakes. Stop. Good. We're gonna make it. We made it. We made it. We landed a Widowmaker after we died initially, but still we landed a Widowmaker. Look at her. Alright, let's shut down those big old engines. There we go. Quiet her down a little bit. Now let's open up and see. Main exit opening, which is... Oh! Bomb doors! That's nice. Oh, it looks like we had bombs in there too. Oh, maybe not. In any case. So this is the B-26 Marauder. She was retired in... Oh! That's my air brakes right there. I hit my air brake thing and it opens up my rear bomb bay. Well, that's kind of cool. Nice. I like that. Hit that and whoop, closed. Cool. Yeah, so this aircraft was retired in 47. Its replacement was the A-26 Invader. It actually took over the B-26 name. So there's often some confusion about the Marauder, but the Marauder is not the Invader and the Invader is not the Marauder. They're two different aircraft. In any case, this is the B-26 Marauder. The link is down below in the description. It's a fun little aircraft. It would take a bit to learn to fly. Maybe not a lot. Because you can fly jets and you get used to flying jets in the game, again, not so bad. But an important piece of history, a very nicely modeled aircraft. The props on the inside are kind of tragic, but there we go. Nice. Can I start her back up? Will she start? Did I press the right button? Oh, there she goes. Yeah. Nice sounding radials. Each piston kind of waking up and coming to life. Alright. So until next time, this has been Captain DerTebbers. We landed the Widowmaker. We didn't take off our first time very well, but we landed the Widowmaker. So until next time, bye.